Well, hi everyone. It's later than I thought it would be to do this video tonight, but I was over at my son and daughter-in-law's river ranch for dinner tonight, and they promised me that dinner would be at 5 o'clock. Well, I didn't sit down for dinner till well after 6, and I ate quickly and got out of there quickly, and my son sent me home with all these leftovers of some wonderful fish that they caught on the river yesterday, and some beautiful leftover steak, so I won't have to cook for 2 nights. I've got my proteins, and but I came home. I had to put things away. I had to walk the dog, and so here I am, and it's probably close to 10 o'clock at night, and I'm doing a video. But I wanted to get this done tonight. I've been, trying to get it done for the last day or two, and I can't stand it anymore because I have a package here I want to open. It is one of Peggy's bags, and it's my first Peggy's bag. So I'm going to open that right now. So here it comes in, and I love the color. I'm definitely the queen of purples and pinks and lilacs. And this is from Peggy Papez, P-A-P-E-Z. And she lives in British Columbia with her wife, her beautiful wife. And they are so cute together, those two. So I'm going to try to put the links to their YouTube pages in the comment section or in the description section when I get done with this video. But Lisa and Peggy, they're just delightful, delightful couple. And they do the most wonderful videos together. They're so funny and so charming. I just adore them. And then everybody's talking about Peggy's bags, how wonderful they are and how well constructed they are. And I've seen pictures of them and I don't have one. And so I just have to have a Peggy's bag. And I looked at her site she has an Etsy site, and they had a really lovely green one there, and I've been looking for the bag for either my Druid craft, because I have 2 Druid crafts, one I trimmed and one I just left in the original box, but then I also have the Druid plant oracle, and so this bag would do well for both of those. So look, more purple, beautiful purple tissue. Don't you love that? Okay. And her site on Etsy is called Sparks Creations. That's S-P-A-R-X Creations. And she doesn't just have the bags. She also, at times, will do custom bags with beautiful embroidery on them. I've seen some of those on her site before, and they're just gorgeous. And the craftsmanship is just wonderful, just from what I can see. And let's see what else here. Oh, and this is the large tarot deck bag. So maybe the oracle would fit in there. I wasn't sure whether the oracle would fit in here or not. So let's see what we have. I love it. There's a little thank you note there. I just love when people take that extra time to do just a little extra something on the packages. That's so sweet. Oh, wow. Definitely the green bag. Look at that green. Ah, isn't that perfect for a deck? Look at this deck with the green. And that's my Druid plant oracle, and I think it's going to fit in there. Look at that. Oh my goodness, how wonderful. And look at the stitching on that. Look at that wonderful stitching that she has across there. Looking at Peggy's bags online is what made me buy a new sewing machine that just arrived today. Because I have an old 50-something-year-old machine that's not working. It's an old Husqvarna, and it could do leather and all those heavy things, but I'm not sewing things like that anymore. In fact, I'm going to have to try to remember how to sew again on a sewing machine. But I did order this, I'm reading it now, I ordered a Brothers CS6000i. It's a computerized sewing and quilting machine, although I had done some small quilting pieces years ago for making pillows and tabletop covers, but I haven't done that for years. I really got a machine so I could just repair things and maybe get a few patterns and make some slacks for myself that I can find in the store, that have nice elasticized waistbands, deep pockets, because a lot of women's pants no longer have deep pockets, and I garden and I keep all kinds of things, knives and measuring tapes and all kinds of garden stuff in these deep pockets. And I don't want to sit down and have things fall out of the pocket. So that's what I'm going to try to do this winter. But I also bought some fabrics because I wanted to make my own altar cloth, and I wanted to make a cloth for doing my spreads on a small new table that I bought for my meditation room. And I want to try to do some taro wraps or some taro bags myself. So anyway, I'm talking and all my cards are falling to the floor. So let me just retrieve my cards here and get back to this. So anyway, I was going to have my other machine fixed. And a friend said to me, June, it's going to cost you as much to fix that other machine, if you can find someone to do it, as it's going to cost you to buy a new computer. And so I got online and I went to Amazon. You know, I live with Amazon. I couldn't live without Amazon, eBay, and Google. And I went there and I found a lot of reviews and a lot of different machines. I spent hours on this. Oh, look how lovely that is. Oh, wow. And look at the quality of the tie. It's not just like a skinny piece of putrid ribbon. It's this heavier cord. That is really lovely. And look, plenty of room for a nice size crystal in there. And I could even put the little booklet in there with it, I bet you, if I had a little booklet or make notes in it. Thank you, Peggy. It's wonderful. So, that's Peggy's Sparks Creations again, one more time. Sparks Creations. And that's her Etsy site. Now, getting back to my machine. So my friend said, June, it's going to cost you as much to fix the other one. So I got online, did a lot of research, and I found this model that I told you about. It weighs only 13 pounds because the new ones are much lighter weight, but it does 60 different stitches. So if I wanted to get a little fancy on the edging of stuff, I can do it. But also a lot of the things that you have to deal with, like bobbins and the foots, they can come off easier in these newer machines. And they've got a nice light on there. It has advanced easy needle threading. It's got all these quick little things to make life easier. So I can't wait to learn how to use it. I may have to go try to take some sewing lessons again, because really I have not done any sewing for probably 40 years. I mean, when the kids were small, I would make some Halloween costumes. When I had a little antique craft shop years ago called the Nook and Cranny, and I made covers for tables. I did like little pillows for the shop, you know, and things like that. I've never done any major tailoring and stuff, but simple things I could do. But these things will have automatic buttonhole things and all kinds of stuff. So these are things I can explore all winter long and have fun. But I have another box to open. I didn't know quite what it was, but I cheated and looked at the receipt. And this one here, where did it come from? From Lithuania. So I hope it's not one of those rip-off decks. But I have the book that this woman wrote. And this gal, one of my favorite tarot readers online, is Linda Comanche. She's very funny, very psychic, very good reader. And she said that this woman who did this deck and has the book, and I have the book, you'll see in a minute who did it, was the system that she learned with. So after I found that out, I bought the book, and then I found she has a deck. So I thought, I'm going to get that deck too. So I'll have the book and the deck from this gal. So this deck has been around a long time, I believe, because I think Linda's been reading a long time. Look at lots of bubble wrap. Okay. Okay, I can always use bubble wrap. Okay. So here we have it. It's the Connolly Tarot. Okay, so let me see. So many of the decks I have are older decks because, you know, I only around last October was when I got really serious about wanting to really learn this tarot. And then I started watching all these wonderful videos that Simon Harris does and so many other people. And I started buying all these decks because I love the Rider-Waite method, and I wanted to get a lot of them. And then the newer ones, I love some of the newer ones and the different colors. And then I bought a couple of indie decks that I just adore. Wow, look at that. Hierophant. Okay, so that's the back of it. So I'm very fascinated with her technique. And so this winter, I guess, when the garden is fully put to bed and we get our first freeze, we still have not had the first very big freeze, and it doesn't look like we're getting one this week. But we've had a little bit of rain every night, so that's kept me out of the garden. So hopefully I can get some more things done in the house, like setting up the sewing machine, and hopefully the handyman will be here Monday or Tuesday, as he said, because he bailed on me this week. He said that the job he was doing was taking him longer than he thought. Well, I don't know why it took 5 days longer than he thought, because he thought he was going to be here Wednesday. But if he can just get that big unit put together in my meditation room, then I can clear this whole table here with a lot of these boxes of decks. And, you know, I can get that done. I mean, there are a couple of projects I really want to get finished. Okay. Ooh, nice backs. Connolly Tarot. This here says Gateway to Meditation. Same back. Okay, I'll run through this deck quickly, but I've never seen the deck in person. Cardstock is nice. There's a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's not that overly glossy. It's really kind of nice. Okay, Fool. Edition. I love the colors in the High Priestess. I'll look at this slower after I get this video. Oops, after I get this video done, I'm going to look at this slower because these cards look like they really want me to just really look at them for quite a while. Oh yeah. And it's funny, I don't mind the edging on these. I don't feel like I would need to trim this deck. I really like the way they feel. I think they're going to shuffle really well. Nice Lover's card. Interesting Hermit card. Now, usually you don't see the Hermit card with another figure, person in it. I once was told by my teacher that oftentimes when a lot of these holy men in India, when they get to a certain point where they've enlightened, but they haven't illumined, and they don't want to get any more karma, so they go hide in the mountains, and at that point they're living off prana. They don't have to drink, they don't have to drink water, they can control the temperatures of their body. And when people come around looking for the holy men, they say, "Nobody here, go away." Because they don't want anybody near them. And that's what that card reminded me. It's almost like he's saying, go away. You know, I want to illume. I don't want any more karma, good or bad. Just go away. Leave me alone. Okay. That's justice. Nice. Yeah, different color on these. I like it. I like it very much. The Hangman. It's interesting transition. Interesting. Temperance. Oh, interesting. Materialism. Wow. A traditional tower. Nice star. Oh, I like that moon card. Oftentimes the moon is the dominant figure, but here it's sort of part of their experience. I like that very much. Nice sun card. And again, it has the little cherubs there, but it doesn't have a child on a horse. It just Judgment card. Oh, it's going to be fun holding these cards and reading the book and see what she says about these cards. The World card, very pretty card. I very much love some of the color combinations. They're very rich. King of Swords. Queen. Knight. Page. You know, I love purples, and there's the wonderful use of the purples and the blues in her deck. It's the Nine of Swords. Interesting, a Three of Swords without the heart. And again, a very different Two of Swords. The Wands, the King of Wands. I love those colors. You know, the purple, but then that bright touch of green, it just gives it a very dramatic look. And here it is again with the purple and the green. Just makes the picture really stand out. The Ten of Wands. Nine of Wands. Eight of Wands. Again, it's movement, as you see in the Rider-Waite. It's just a different movement of the wands coming in quickly. We have the Seven of Wands. And the Six of Wands. Five of Wands. Yeah, and some of these are very different than the Rider-Waite in terms of what the pictures evoke. Three of Wands. Two of Wands. Now that one is a little more of the Rider-Waite, with someone standing there with the globe overlooking the water. Ace of Wands. We have the Cups, the King of Cups. There's a sweet, almost old-fashioned look to these, you know, maybe not old-fashioned, but kind of retro in the feeling. I wonder when this deck first came out. Knight of Cups. Again, the lovely color combination again. Page of Cups. I love the Ten of Cups being the child on the rainbow. That's lovely. Nine of Cups. cups. Seven of cups. I hope you can see that. That light, I think, is really strong on there. I'm going to try to move this light a bit. I don't know why I'm getting that sort of glare, but I am. Okay, let's see. So, we have the Five of Cups. I still haven't gotten the setup that I want to show these cards right with the right lighting. I don't know, I haven't been doing that this long, and I just, yeah, see, I'm getting some glare there. Three of Cups. I hope you can see enough of this deck. May have to redo it at some point. Sweet Ace of Cups. Yeah, if I turn it a certain way, it seems to get rid of the glare. Nice King of Pentacles. Queen. Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. Again, that was a very rich card. Nine of Pentacles. I mean, there are hints of Rider-Waite in this deck, you know, but it also, things are different enough that I really do want to read that book. I'm really happy that I got this. Now that's interesting, the Seven of Pentacles. Now that's very much like the Rider-Waite symbol, or photo, or drawing. Let's see, so we have the Six. There it goes. Five of Pentacles. And it's interesting, they don't have a church or anything, but she does have a blindfold on so that she's not seeing the light. The Four of Pentacles. And there's the Three of Pentacles, the Craftsman. Two of Pentacles. Nice, kind of juggling. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe the third try will work. I just deleted 3 or 4 more videos on there. I don't think there's a place that shows me how much I have left. Because when I turn it on, it says like there's 200 and something minutes. So I'm going to have to read that instruction booklet again. But anyway, I think I got cut off just when I pulled out the Connolly Tarot Deck mini booklet. That really is a mini booklet. Let's see. It says, created by Eileen Connolly, illustrated by Peter Paul Connolly. And this is a U.S. game system. And it gives a little introduction, and it does give an explanation. In fact, I may read this evening. It gives it a little explanation of the cards. So, because I really wanted to just spend tonight, after I get in my PJs and get all cleaned up and ready for bed, I'd like to just spend some time with this little booklet and go over those cards slowly for myself. So, yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, it looks like it gives enough information, and it actually does give a spread here. Yeah, it gives a traditional spread. I've never done this spread. I'm still at that 3 to 5 spread stage, but it gives you the much larger spread there, whose name eludes me right now. So let me see how these cards shuffle. They feel like they're going to shuffle great. because I mean, look at the cardstock is not too thick, not too thin. It's beautiful cardstock, and it's buttery. It has a nice buttery feel. It's not overly glossy. I don't like those overly glossy ones. I have a deck here that I like very much, and I don't seem to want to use it because it's just so shiny. And, you know, maybe over the winter I'll get my table organized, my meditation room with the cubbies will be organized, and all these decks will be in their proper places. Now this is shuffling really nicely. Really nice. So I will sit here. Before I do anything else tonight, I will consecrate this deck and touch each card, and smudge them well. And in fact, with the greens and blues in there, that lovely deck, that lovely pouch from Peggy would be great with this deck too. I seem to be attracting a lot of green around me lately. Okay, let's see if they rifle shuffle nicely. Okay, let's see. Oh, a dream. Really good. Yeah, this is really a wonderful deck. Okay, well, I'm going to look forward to getting acquainted with it. I have a couple of new decks now that I just love, and I can't wait to start using them. I just got to get everything organized around here and stop having all these interruptions. So thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully tomorrow I can get this sewing machine unboxed and turn it on just to make sure it's working. But before I leave, it's time for an ascension card. So let's see, I keep mixing these up so well, and I mean, trust me, I think there's only 1 or 2 cards in here out of at least 44 of my ascension cards that I wrote, oops, that have anything about abundance on them. Now, one fell out. Okay, I'll take the one that fell out. I figure I already asked Spirit beforehand to pick me a card, so this is a card that Spirit has picked for us today. I'll hold it up here so you can see it. It says, recognize that joy is always a choice. It is how you choose to interpret the reality you have created. And I believe that. I do believe that. I mean, you can have the same circumstance with 3 different people, and everyone will react to the circumstance based on what they think about themselves, what they feel lacking in themselves, because that's how we create our reality. You know, one person might laugh at it, another person may say, hey, don't call me like that, I'll punch you in the mouth. You know? And the next person will say, this has to be candid camera, right? You're only kidding, right? You know, because we all make reality out of what comes at us. And it comes from what we have within us, that we interpret what comes at us. So joy is a choice. And it doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It doesn't mean that you may not have a disappointment. But it doesn't mean you have to make it your identity. It doesn't mean you have to just sulk in it forever and ever and ever. Because the more you focus on that, your higher self, some call it your Christ self, what you focus on, your Christ self doesn't judge. So your Christ self is just going to send you more of what you focus on. So if you focus on the joy, the Christ self says, oh, that's what they want. Okay, I'll send more joy down there. So I prefer to be the Pollyanna and go for the joy. It doesn't mean I don't feel feelings or I deny, you know, what's going on. But I don't want to live in that consciousness, and I don't think any of us should. But that's just my little preaching for the day. So I love you all. I thank you so much for stopping by. And if you can, please hit the like button. I don't know what it does, but everybody has to hit the like button. So hit the like button, please. So I wish you a wonderful and glorious evening and a wonderful day tomorrow, and have all of your days be filled with beauty and joy and peace. Thank you so much for coming by. Namaste, my friends. I love you.